The boys were wearing green blazers and their green caps had extra long brims that hid their faces. They strutted to a couple of spare seats at the back of the classrooms. Mr. Beaker finished taking attendance, but the two late boys weren't on the list. He looked at them thoughtfully. "I guess you are new to the school," he said. "You'll have to get the Tippington school uniform and take off those caps. The students here don't wear hats, but our green uniforms look much better than the ugly Tippington colors," the first boy complained. "We have notes that say we are allowed to wear our hats," shouted a second boy. Rachel and Kirsty exchanged shocked glances. Neither of them had ever spoken to a teacher like that. Mr. Beaker didn't look very pleased, but at that moment the bell rang. "Time for assembly," said Mr. Beaker. "Come on, everyone, let's go." The class walked down the hallway in pairs, heading towards the assembly hall. Rachel and Kirsty were behind the two new boys, who were giggling and shoving each other. Everyone else were quiet, but the new boys didn't seem to care. The first boy elbowed his friend into the wall. "Oops, sorry," he says with a cackle. His friend shoved him back, giggling. "Whoops, didn't mean to," he said in a sing-song voice. The first boy held out his foot and tripped the second boy, who staggered sideways with a snort of laughter. "Enjoy your trip?" asked the first boy, expecting the second boy to play the same trick. Kirsty looked down at their feet. In shock, they nudged Rachel for depths. The boys had enormous feet just like goblins. "They can't speak," Rachel whispered. What would goblins be doing at Tippington School? At their assembly, the children formed neat rows on the floor. Rachel and Kirsty sat next to the boys, who were now playing tug-of-war with a pencil case. "I still can't believe that goblins are in our class," Rachel said in Kirsty's ears. "Maybe they are just ordinary boys with really big feet." Before Kirsty could reply, Miss Petal, the principal, stood up. Everyone stopped talking and Miss Petal smiled. "Welcome to a new school year," she said. "It's good to see lots of familiar faces, as well as some new ones. This year there are lots of exciting things to..." Miss Petal broke off and stared at the new boys. They weren't paying any attention to her. "I want to hold it," the first boy was saying. "Give it to me," whined the second, pulling the pencil case towards him. "Boys, put that pencil case down and be quiet," Miss Petal in a sharp voice. "You may be new, but I'm sure that this behavior was not allowed in your old school. It's not a very good start." The boys dropped the pencil case and folded their arms, shouting, "Now we need you to be on your very best behavior this week," Miss Petal continued. "A school superintendent is visiting here in 3 days to see how well we are doing. Teachers will be giving gold stars to any particularly good work you do, and it will be displayed for the superintendent. We want to show off your skills and talents, so let's start the new year by trying really hard." Kirsty and Rachel were so excited to hear about the gold stars that they stopped thinking about the big-footed boys. Then right after assembly, Mr. Beaker took the whole class outside to the school vegetable garden. "We're going to start with our science lessons on plants," he said as they walked across the playground. "I want you to find specimens and bring back to the classroom. Then we will look at them under magnifying glasses. I saw lots of vegetables when I checked the garden this morning, so you will have plenty to choose from." "I love science," said Amina, catching up with Rachel and Kirsty. "I hope I can get a gold star for this." "I wonder who will get the first gold stars in our class," said Kirsty. Just then Mr. Beaker let out a surprised cry. The children at the front gasped. "What's wrong?" asked Rachel, craning her neck to see over the heads of her classmates. Someone had trampled all over the school vegetable garden. It was a total mess of drooping plants and squashed vegetables. Some of the plants had been pulled out and then replanted upside down, so their roots were sticking up in the air. Everyone stared in shock at the awful scene. "I can't believe it," said Mr. Beaker. "Who could have done such a mean thing?" asked Adam. Kirsty and Rachel had a very good idea about who was responsible. At the back of the group, the new boys were stifling giggles with bony hands, and then one of them grabbed the pencil case from the other and they started scrabbling again. "They are definitely goblins," said Kirsty, catching a glimpse of a long nose. "But what are they doing at Dippington School?" asked Rachel, "and why have they ruined our vegetable garden?"